Hello, and welcome back to Simple English Learning. Today, I want to talk about something very personal, something that I hope will inspire and motivate you on your own English journey. I want to share my own story, how I went from a struggling student to a confident English speaker and eventually a teacher. You see, I wasn't born a native English speaker. I know the feeling of a mind going blank when you want to speak. I remember the frustration of not understanding a simple conversation. I've been right where many of you are now. The journey to fluency can feel long and overwhelming, but I'm here to tell you it is absolutely possible. Today, I'm not just going to give you tips. I'm going to share the mindset shifts and the strategies that truly made a difference for me. This is my story and my best advice from one learner to another. Part 1. The Beginning. The Perfection Trap. When I first started learning English, I was a very typical student. I was good at grammar. I could get a high score on tests. But when I had to speak, I froze. My problem was the perfection trap. I believed that if I couldn't say something perfectly, I shouldn't say it at all. I would spend minutes in my head trying to build a perfect sentence, and by the time I was ready, the conversation had moved on. My mind was so focused on avoiding mistakes that it couldn't focus on communicating. The first major breakthrough came when I understood this one simple truth. Fluency is not about perfection. It's about connection. My goal shouldn't be to speak without errors, but to connect with another person and get my message across. My first piece of advice: give yourself permission to make mistakes. A mistake is not a failure. It's a sign that you are trying. It's a natural part of the learning process. The people you are talking to don't care about your grammar. They care about what you have to say. Part 2. The Immersive Mindset. Shift. After I escaped the perfection trap, I realized that my learning had been too academic. I was studying English, but I wasn't living it. The next big change came from embracing an immersive mindset. I couldn't travel to an English-speaking country, but I could bring the English-speaking world to me. I started to change my daily habits. I stopped watching TV in my native language. I started watching my favorite shows with English subtitles. I would watch a scene, pause it, and repeat a few phrases. My brain started to connect the sounds with the words on the screen. I stopped listening to music in my native language. I found my favorite English-speaking artists and started singing along. Music is a fantastic way to learn rhythm and natural pronunciation. I changed my phone and computer language to English. At first, it was a little difficult to find the right settings, but within a few days it became second nature. This forced me to interact with English in a practical, real-world way. This isn't just passive learning. It's active immersion. It takes English from being a school subject to a natural part of your life. My second piece of advice: find ways to immerse yourself in English every day, even if it's just for 15 to 20 minutes. It's about creating a personal English-speaking environment around you. Part 3. The Power of Talk to Yourself. This might sound strange, but it was one of the most effective techniques I ever used. I started having full conversations with myself. When I was cooking, I would describe what I was doing out loud. Okay, I am cutting the onions now. The water is boiling. I need to add some salt. When I was commuting, I would describe the things I saw. There's a red car in front of me. The sky is very cloudy today. I am almost at the office. Why is this so powerful? 1. It builds confidence. You're speaking without the pressure of a real conversation. It builds muscle memory. Your tongue, mouth, and vocal cords get used to forming English words. It activates your knowledge. It forces you to use the vocabulary and grammar you already know in a practical way. I used to think that to improve my speaking, I needed a language partner. But the truth is, the most important language partner you will ever have is yourself. My third piece of advice: narrate your life out loud. It's a simple, free, and incredibly effective way to improve your speaking fluency. Part 4. The two-step approach to learning anything. Finally, I want to talk about my approach to learning new things, whether it's grammar or vocabulary. Instead of trying to memorize a list, I use a simple two-step method. Notice it. When I heard a new word or a new grammar structure, I didn't immediately run to a dictionary. I just noticed it. I would pay attention to how and when it was used. I would try to find it in the subtitles or in another article. My brain was actively looking for this new pattern. Use it. After I had noticed the new word or grammar rule a few times, I would try to use it myself. I would write a simple sentence with it in my journal or try to say it in my talk to yourself practice. This method is much more effective than rote memorization because it creates a deeper connection to the material. You're not just learning a rule, you're learning how it's used in the real world. My fourth piece of advice: don't memorize, notice, then use it. This simple cycle will make new information stick. Conclusion: your journey to fluency. There you have it. My story from being a frustrated learner to a confident speaker. The journey wasn't about finding a magic trick or a secret app. It was about changing my mindset and my daily habits. Remember, my 4 key pieces of advice. Give yourself permission to make mistakes. Immerse yourself in English every day. Talk to yourself and narrate your life. Notice and use new information. Don't just memorize it. The road to fluency is a marathon, not a sprint. Be patient, be consistent, and be kind to yourself. You have the ability to do this. Thank you so much for joining me today on Simple English Learning. If you found this episode inspiring, please subscribe and share it with a friend who is also on this journey. I'll see you next time. Until then, keep learning and keep speaking.